239 people vanished. No distress call. No wreckage. The Boeing 777 was one of the safest aircraft ever built. Yet it flew for hours off course without a single distress call. The transponder failed first. Then the communication systems shut down one by one. Someone knew what they were doing. Military radar tracked the plane as it made a sharp turn west. It crossed the Malay Peninsula and headed toward the Andaman Sea. For 7 hours, satellite handshakes continued. The plane was still flying, but no one knew where. It was a ghost in the sky. The final ping placed the plane in the remote southern Indian Ocean. But the main wreckage has never been found. Not a single seat. The search covered over 120,000 square kilometers of ocean floor. It was the largest search in aviation history. Nothing. Debris washed up on beaches years later. A flaperon, a piece of wing, confirmed the plane crashed, but not how or why. New evidence suggests the plane was deliberately flown into the ocean. But who? And why? The official report offers no answers. The disappearance defies all conventional aviation logic. No distress call. No debris field. No explanation. It is a perfect mystery. Recent satellite data reveals a possible new location. A remote area of the Indian Ocean never searched before. Hope flickers again. Flight 370 remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time. 239 families still wait for closure. It was a routine overnight flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, a red-eye journey across the South China Sea. The captain, Zahari Ahmad Shah, had over 18,000 flight hours. He was a master of the skies. His first officer, Farik Abdul Hamid, was equally skilled. Together, they commanded one of the safest planes ever built. The aircraft was a Boeing 777-200ER, a marvel of engineering with an impeccable safety record. At 12:41 a.m. local time, Flight 370 departed. 239 souls on board. Less than an hour into the flight, the plane stopped communicating. The transponder went silent. Military radar tracked the plane as it deviated west. It crossed the Malay Peninsula, unseen. Then it turned northwest, heading toward the Andaman Sea. A ghost plane in the night. Satellite handshakes continued for hours after radar lost contact. Automated pings, full of data. The final ping placed the plane in the southern Indian Ocean, thousands of miles from its intended path. On board were 227 passengers and 12 crew members, a diverse group of lives. Among them, 20 employees of a semiconductor company, and 2 passengers with stolen passports. By the way, if you like this discussion, don't forget to subscribe. There are many more interesting topics coming up. Lightbulb. The stolen passports raised alarms. Were they linked to terrorism? A clue in the mystery. But the plane simply vanished. No distress call. No wreckage. Just silence over the ocean. The official investigation into Flight 370 began with a single, haunting question. How does a Boeing 777 simply vanish from modern radar? Led by the Malaysian government, the search quickly became an international effort. Dozens of countries contributed ships, planes, and expertise. Underwater search teams scanned over 120,000 square kilometers of ocean floor. That's an area larger than the entire country of England. For months, they found nothing. The ocean seemed to have swallowed the plane without a trace. Then, in July 2015, a breakthrough, a flaperon from the wing was discovered on Réunion Island. It was the first confirmed piece of Flight 370 wreckage. Analysis of the debris revealed the plane hit the water at extremely high speed. The damage was consistent with a controlled ditching or a high-velocity impact. But the cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder have never been found. Those black boxes hold the secrets of the final moments. Without them, investigators had to rely on satellite data. The plane's automated handshakes, with an Inmarsat satellite, painted a ghostly trajectory. The investigation concluded the plane's path was consistent with a ghost flight scenario. Someone, or something, flew the plane for hours after communication ceased. Yet the exact cause remains unknown. Some investigators believe the plane was deliberately flown off course by someone in the cockpit. Others suggest a catastrophic mechanical failure or fire that incapacitated the crew. But why no distress call? Why the turn back? The lack of evidence has led to widespread frustration. Conspiracy theories flourish in the vacuum of official answers. But in 2023, new analysis of satellite data suggested a possible new search area. Researchers pinpointed a location north of the original search zone. This new evidence reignited hope. Private companies and researchers are now pushing for another search. The ocean may yet give up its secret. The investigation continues. Driven by the families of 239 souls, they deserve to know what happened. The world deserves an answer. When official answers fail, the human mind fills the void with stories. Some of those stories are terrifying. One theory claims the CIA hijacked Flight 370 and flew it to the remote island of Diego Garcia. Why? To cover a secret operation. Another theory points to the captain, Zahari Ahmad Shah. They say, depressurized the cabin and flew everyone into the ocean. A murder-suicide. Some believe the plane was shot down by the US or Russian military during a secret exercise. A tragic accident covered up by world powers. A popular theory says the plane landed safely in Kazakhstan. The passengers were taken, the plane hidden, but no proof has ever emerged. The stolen passports on board fueled speculation of terrorist involvement. 2 Iranian men used fake documents, but they were not linked to any group. Some theorists claim the plane carried dangerous cargo, lithium batteries or radioactive material that needed to be destroyed. A deliberate sacrifice. Allegations of a cover-up by the Malaysian government persist. Why did they release conflicting information? Why delay the search? Suspicion grows. The disappearance has been linked to the missing Malaysian politician Anwar Ibrahim. Some say the plane was a distraction from his trial. Far-fetched. Maybe. Another theory suggests the plane was teleported or entered a time warp. Science fiction. But some claim electromagnetic anomalies near the flight path. The lack of transparency from authorities has fueled these conspiracy theories. When the truth is hidden, people invent their own. Each theory has its own evidence and passionate believers. Online forums debate endlessly, but no theory has been proven. Despite the lack of proof, these theories continue to circulate widely online. They fill the void left by the official inconclusive report. The truth of Flight 370 remains hidden, but the conspiracy theories remind us of our deep need for answers, even if they are unsettling. The search for Flight 370 ended with no main wreckage, no black boxes, and no definitive answers. The official report, released in 2018, was a document of uncertainty, leaving the case officially open. For the families of the 239 souls on board, closure remains an elusive ghost. Every new piece of debris washed ashore reignites hope, but also reopens old wounds. The disappearance forced aviation to change. New rules now require real-time tracking of all aircraft. But the mystery endures. How could a Boeing 777 vanish without a trace in the 21st century? New technology, like advanced underwater drones and satellite analysis, may one day crack the case. In 2023, researchers used new satellite data to identify a potential new search area, but without the flight recorders, the truth may remain buried beneath miles of ocean. Perhaps the captain deliberately flew the plane into the sea, or perhaps a fire disabled everyone on board. The open conclusion invites endless speculation. Conspiracy theories flourish in the absence of facts. But for the families, the search is not over. They continue to push for new investigations. Flight 370 is a haunting reminder. Our world is still full of mysteries that defy explanation. Welcome. Before we begin, hit subscribe so you don't miss our daily updates. Tomorrow's video will reveal this secret. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Shushing face.